Good morning. It's December 7, 2022. Welcome to the program agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, thanking you for joining us today, this Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. And thank you for being subscribers of Cignal TV, viewers of channels 8 and 250 here on One News. And of course, thank you for watching Agenda regularly, especially to those of you who are based abroad and watching us via Facebook and on YouTube, as well as those catching our replays in the afternoon. Today, let's start our day with our daily starter, and it's something that many of us need to take to heart. Lalo na yung walang magawa kung hindi pumuna ng iba na hindi mo namang trabaho magpuna, okay? Pwede kong gawin yon dahil trabaho ko yun, okay? Pero yung iba dyan, medyo here's the daily starter for you. And it goes, okay. Be so busy in improving that you have no time to criticize others. Okay, a lot of things go on social media, Facebook, and life, and people tend to be critical. If you just watch those programs, and you will notice people commenting, oh, what is he wearing? What is she wearing? Oh, why are they so big, etc.? Or why are they getting into that business? Well, the thing is, our daily starter is saying, be so busy improving that you have no time to criticize others. Speaking of improving, today is going to be a very interesting program as we interview two individuals, celebrities by their own rights, but have decided to put up a blog and a program where they do hindi po makeup makeovers. They do home makeover, something that is near and dear to my heart and my wife, Karen, because it is something we love doing. We love renovating, we love construction, etc. Although it's not our line of work. Okay, now, so we will be featuring a couple, celebrity couple, who do something that is a lot of fun if you're watching, but if you're doing it, mamumuti ang buhok nyo if you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, before that, let's go to the front page of the Philippine Star, and the headline reads, San Miguel Corporation SMC ceases power supply to Meralco. Hindi po pinutulan ng kuryente ng San Miguel Corporation ng Meralco, but rather SMC Global Power, the energy arm of San Miguel Corporation, has terminated supply of their electricity to Meralco rather than absorb billions of pesos of losses. In a statement, Mr. Ramon Ang of San Miguel said that we tried to do everything. We appealed to government to help us do an adjustment for 6 months only so that we can adjust just like all the businesses in the world. But the ERC refused, and therefore we have no choice but to terminate the contract, and bahala na si Batman. Okay, at the top of the front page, inflation sprints to 8% in November, fastest in 14 years. Government officials, economists, etc. have explained the reason for the fastest 8% inflation, okay, in November as a result of food inflation primarily, and for adjustments made by numerous businesses as they deal with the global crisis, etc. Meanwhile, no audit Maharlika vulnerable to massive corruption. Nery Colmenares, the party list congressman, has stated that based on the provision of the Maharlika Sovereign Fund, the fund and process is actually protected from review, audit, etc. And as a result, because there's hardly any oversight, it would be vulnerable to corruption. Meanwhile, Philippines must embrace digitalization, BBM. Speaking at the 2022 Telco Summit in Pasay City, President Bongbong Marcos said that the Philippines must embrace digitalization if it wants to survive and thrive in a post-pandemic economy. The president should therefore lead the charge against government officials who have been resisting digitalization, computerization in various government agencies. Umpisahan nyo na yan dyan sa mga NBI, LTO, the BIR, to their credit, has started that, but many other agencies. Okay. Use of Intel funds to be scrutinized. Angara. According to Senator Angara, the intelligence funds that they gave or authorized to different non-law enforcement agencies will be scrutinized by the COA, by the Oversight Committee of the Senate, etc. Okay. Nako po, wag na lang mag-comment tungkol dyan. Supreme Court suspends, resets to January 24 the no-contact apprehension policy oral arguments. Okay? Medyo kinapos ng oras. So, the hearings regarding the NCAP were postponed or suspended until next January 24, 2023. And very sad news for us at the Philippine Star. Our former managing editor, Antonio Tony Katigbak, passed away in his house at the age of 77. He was a kind, gracious person, especially to me. We knew each other, and I mourn his loss, and our prayers go to his family. Yun na lang po muna. I will not dwell because baka alam nyo, might lose it. But have a good trip. Sir Tony, I'm sure you will be meeting up with Tito Max and my dad, Louis Beltran. Okay, that photo on the left bottom of the Philippine Star, Philippine Military Academy Cadets performing with ballerinas of Ballet Baguio. Kaganda tingnan, ano? Hindi sila artista, real life cadets, okay? Performing the Nutcracker Suite Ballet show at the Rose Garden in Baguio City. Okay. And last but not the least, Department of Health announced or stated no second boosters yet for general population. Despite calls made by some local officials for the DOH to give the second booster a go, the DOH yesterday maintained there is still no recommendation from experts on second boosters for the general population because at the moment, it is primarily for seniors and those with comorbidities, etc. So, there you go. That's the front page of the Philippine Star. Uy, I missed something. So sorry. Very important. The center photo of the Philippine Star featuring our favorite Pope, okay? Pope Francis. praying in front of the nativity scene inside Paul the Sixth Hall during an audience he granted to the donors of the Christmas tree and nativity scene at the Vatican over the weekend. Ayan na po. So, official na. Kumbaga, for many of us, official na magtayo na kayo ng mga Belen ninyo. Pasko na, sinta ko. Okay, so that wraps up our review of the front page of the Philippine Star. And let us now move to what I mentioned earlier, our feature interview of a couple who are doing a very interesting vlog and activity. Gabriel, roll out the Betamax, please.
Federico Moreno is the son of the late impresario Herman Kuya Germs Moreno. In 2020, Federico launched the Super Show app, an app that aims to help find and discover talents online. Moreno and his partner Harlene Bautista recently launched Familia Home Makeover, a vlog where their team grants a dream renovation to deserving people and families. Harlene Bautista is an actress, film producer, and entrepreneur. She starred in numerous box office hits in the 80s and won numerous awards, including a Film Academy of the Philippines Award for Best Supporting Actress.
Okay, good morning, Harlene and Federico. Kamusta na kayo?
Good morning, Cito. Hi.
Yes. Good morning, Cito.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. Normally, I don't react to pitches, especially on things I'm not familiar with. But when Federico mentioned home makeovers, sabi ko, teka, Gabriel, imbestigahin nyo nga ito. Meron na ba? Is there really such a thing, people doing home makeovers? Because that is something that me and my wife love. We always watch programs on home makeovers. Federico, how did this all start?
Just like what you mentioned, Cito, no? You love home makeovers. And fortunately, Harlene and myself, we love it also. At the same time, we were inspired also by those people who does it, no? And tapos, it's a combination of a few more, I would say, inspirations, like Chip and Joe Gaines of the Fixer Upper show in the States. Of course, in the vlogging industry, one of our inspirations also, people we so admire is Mr. Beast. So we combined a lot of our inspirations like Oprah, and through the home makeovers, we that's how we do it, no? So yeah, I mean, Harlene would explain more.
Okay, Harlene, I mean, okay, you're celebrities, I already said. You're an accomplished actress. Both of you are well known in the industry, but is that even possible? Because people get starstruck. They some are very suspicious. I think you know where I'm headed.
Actually, the beneficiaries, the first two, actually, they're actually, a lot of people think the money come from our own pockets. Actually, we don't. It doesn't come from us. We get ninongs and ninangs. We call ninongs and ninangs who sponsor or help us out in completing the makeover. So, akala talaga nila na, mga trip lang ni Federico and ni Harlene na mag-makeover kasi walang magawa sa pera. Hindi po totoo yun. We really want to help and we want to spread the Bayanihan Revolution. So, in so doing, napapalaganap natin yung bayanihan. Siyempre, di naman natin pwedeng buhati ng mga bahay ngayon, di ba? So, how do we do the bayanihan? Ambag-ambag. Kung anong meron. Meron kang mga halaman marami sa bahay na pwede mong i-donate. Meron kang mga hardware na pwede kang magbigay ng ilang materyales, yun yung gusto naman namin gawin dito sa...
Padala mo na yung pick-up mo. At sawan-sawa na ako dito sa mga painumin ng mga halaman ko.
Sige, sige.
Talagang bushit na ako. Masyado silang demanding. Anyway, but how did it start? I mean, my wife and I, we've always said, if we could do it all over again, because we used to build resorts in Palawan, I said, if we could do it all over again, would we still do it? And she said, well, maybe home makeovers and, to help others. But here, you actually did it. And what is the connection with the vlog, Federico?
Well, sometime January, we said, why don't we put up a production? And when we were planning on the production, sabi ko, let's create something really different. So we laid down our KPIs, no? We laid down our key performance indicators. So whatever we needed for the vlog, we want it inspiring. We want it very difficult. We want it to be so unique. And said, why don't we do a home makeover? Then it started to some like of aha moment. So we were watching online and everything just fell into place, no? So we know it's very difficult, but we found a way. We work around the problem. So we called up so many friends, and we were friends of friends and family. And yeah, we were able to swing it, Cito. The first one was so difficult, very, very difficult.
Why? Okay, before you go to the first one, and let me point out, this is a free for all, Harlene. So hindi ito, Rico and then Harlene, Rico and Harlene. Ayoko nang ganun, okay? But what's the connection of a vlog? Kasi that was the question mark for me. Sandali, bakit ko i-guess ito? Vlogger lang pag-uusapan. There's so many bloggers, but then you said makeover, and I couldn't make the connection.
I guess because, diba, especially when pandemic hit, the entertainment or the viewing changed, diba? Yung people are now more online and mabilis magsawa ang mga tao ngayon sa phones na lang kasi nanonood kadalasan. So we wanted that reach, yung wider reach, a wider audience from millennials hanggang sa mga kaedaran natin. So I guess that's one factor din kung bakit naging vlog siya. And we wanted it to be fresh, na parang something new, something different, not only for the audience to see but also for us to do. Kasi pero mo naman, sa edad na namin ito, magva-vlog kami. Hindi naman pwedeng yung vlog namin vlog about beauty. Hindi naman pwedeng yung vlog about mukbang food, kain kami ng ganyan. So we wanted this really different. And a home makeover is something really different. It's difficult, but it's fun.
But hello, anong alam nyo? And I'm just being funny here, pero anong karapatan nyo na magkarpintero at mag-interior design? Because I mean, following from the shows on HGTV and other channels, I mean, most of them, while they were celebrities, they were in fact real estate agents, they were interior designers. That hometown pair, they had a carpentry shop, they had kumbaga may case sila. Ikaw Harlene, hindi kita lalabanan best actress, di ba? Pero Federico, lumaki ka kay Tito Germs, hindi ko kayo lalabanan sa acting at saka sa filmmaking, pero hello.
Makeover.
The beautiful thing about this is because we know it's so difficult. So sabi nga namin, let's look for people that could help us. So the ninongs and ninangs that we call, let's say for example, the architect that we got as a ninong, I have a background when it comes to construction. I used to be in the salon industry, so we build salons, no? But doing a makeover is different. So, like what I mentioned a while ago, we work around the problem, and that's the beautiful thing about the pioneer spirit. People are pitching to help. We're in a journey also of paano ba to gawin, and people are around us are helping us, teaching us, guiding us, giving their time because they believe in the cause. They believe that bayanihan spirit is such a beautiful Filipino trait and they really want to help.
Ayun. Okay, warning ladies and gentlemen, if you get a message from Federico or from Harlene saying Ninong, hindi po sila magpapakasal o may bagong anak, no? Sila po ay naghahanap ng ninong and ninang, godmother, godfather for their project, the home makeover, because you scared the hell out of me. You know, it's like, who is this guy? Why is he calling me Ninong? I don't remember being in a baptismal with Herman Moreno.
And that's so funny kasi we texted so many friends, pare, can you be and nakakalimutan namin idugtong yung doon makeover. Can you be our Ninong for our home makeover vlog? So nakakalimutan namin, oh, congratulations, ganyan. No, wait. I mean Ninong for our home makeover vlog. Ikaw naman, Fred, akala ko naman papakasal na kayo ni Harlene. So it's you nailed it. You nailed it, Cito. It was so funny pag nare-receive nila. And what's so beautiful also is that nung una, friends and family lang, ngayon, friends of friends. So kahit sila ngayon, naghahanap din ng Ninong to help us with the other episodes that were on the pipeline.
Okay, now what have you discovered thus far? Because, you know, coming up with a challenging blog, a breakthrough idea, okay, you've accomplished it. But I'm sure you had your learning. Ano yun, nakikita natin sa HGTV, yung mga makeover fails, yung mga flip disasters. Harlene, anong masasabi mo from this pioneering venture into home makeover for you?
Actually, before we started doing the Familia Home Makeover, of course, we did our research, di ba? So, iniwasan na namin yung mga bagay na nangyari sa kanila. Of course, mayroon diyang mga legalities, di ba? We make sure every makeover that we do, kumpleto kami ng permits, nakikipag-coordinate kami with the LGU, yung gano'n, para to make sure na walang problema. Even with the homeowners, we make sure na maayos lahat ang agreement, may sulatan yan. So, para na sa gano'n, maiwasan natin yung problema. And it's very difficult because time constraint, we are to finish it in 3 to 6 days maximum. Depende sa...
Excuse me. Anong pinagsasasabi mong finish a makeover in 5 to 6 days? I've been working on a project and it's 5 months already.
That's how unique our vlog is. We finish a makeover in 3 to 6 days maximum.
Okay, but what are the parameters? Because, I mean, you're just gonna repaint or put in a window or something? Because, you know, baka mamaya we want to manage expectations, baka bahain kayo ng tawag dyan o messages sa site nyo.
So, that's a beautiful question, Cito, kasi at first, akala namin madali lang when we see it on TV and everything na, oh, it's a 3-day makeover. Let's do the same. Hindi. Grabe, pagdating sa site, so we plan it months before. Pero when you're already on site, pag nag-actual, kasi it has to be a surprise to the beneficiary. So we do it secretly, discreetly, and we make sure that once we deliver, it's not just going to be aesthetically beautiful. We want it to be highly functional also, and most especially sustainable for the beneficiaries. So magpaplano kami, pagpaplanuhin namin, let's say for example, let's finish this in 3 days. And during the vlog itself, if you could recall, hindi namin natapos in 3 days. So a lot of problems occurred. Nawalan na kami ng titirahan kasi 3 days lang yung binook namin, naubusan kami ng ganito. So yung 3 to 5 days, talagang pagod na pagod kami. Natatapos namin, pero yung iba nagkakasakit, 24 hours ang renovation. So, yeah, we don't just repaint. We even tear down walls. The first episode, we had to tear down the wall and the floors because puro anay pala.
It depends on the condition of the the house.
Yeah.
Oo. So katulad ng first episode, marami na palang anay. As in isang poste na lang yata ang buo doon. So alam nga namang ipabayaan namin yun at tapalan na lang, 'di ba? So
Yeah, I mean like one of the things I'm doing right now, sabi ko, sige, palitan na natin yung bubong, kinakalawang na eh. And then, nung tinanggal yung bubong, sir, may problema. Anong problema? Sir, puro anay na lahat ng kahoy. Sabi ko, sunugin nyo na lang kaya yung bahay para matapos na ang problema.
It's the things that you were mentioning a while ago, that these are the problems that we have faced during each and every construction. For episode 2, we wanted to provide the children a bigger room kasi there are 20 beautiful girls staying at the Merichel Children's Home, and this is an orphanage, and it's a 30 plus square meter room. Sabi ko, wow, for 20 kids it's too small. So what we did, we tore down a wall, and we tore down that wall and we added about an additional 10 square meters. So that's a lot of help. That's a lot of they're more comfortable sleeping now, and we don't just, again, like what we mentioned, we make it highly functional for the children and for all the beneficiaries.
So that means, Federico, that you guys, Harlene, you're not doing, parang, okay, beneficiary individuals na may maliit lang na bahay. You're actually, like this one, the Mary Child's, is a home for how do you call them?
Orphans.
Orphans or homeless kids, right?
Not necessarily homeless. They are actually abandoned girls.
Okay. So orphanage, abandoned girls, but so it's not just a person's house. It can be an institution that's serving other people or deprived individuals.
yeah,
Yes.
it can make over any domicile or any house talaga naman actually. It depends on cause the viewers, the subscribers, they can nominate whoever they want. They
Okay.
send us a message. There's a process, makikita nila dun sa aming page.
Yeah, but what are the guidelines or categories? Kasi kahit na superstar ka, Harlene, siguro naman hindi mo naman itataya yung mana mo dyan sa project na yan. Baka mamulubi ka, okay? Baka masabunutan mo si Federico.
Actually, meron kaming process naman yon. Hindi naman kami basta-basta may makeover lang. Of course, it goes through a process naman. With
Okay.
the team. Hindi naman kaming dalawa lang yon. May team kami.
Okay,
I
so
just like to add this, Cito, no?
yeah.
That orphanage actually is, aside from it was nominated, it landed on our laps kasi it was also my dream. Sabi ko, when we were conceptualizing, sabi ko, my love, pangarap ko orphanage because I'm adopted, and you know that, Cito. And sabi ko, I want that episode to be a Christmas episode. So napaaga because may nag-nominate and eksakto. So an orphanage kasi, it's like you don't just do a makeover of where they're staying. It's just like nung tinanong yung bata, so anong nabago dito? Ang sinagot ng bata, nabago yung buhay ko. Yun ang sinagot niya. So we were able to achieve what we wanted to achieve through this makeover, not just to change their homes to a better and more functional home, but we were able to change lives in our own small way, especially beautiful children at the Merichel's Children's Home.
Yeah, because most people think home makeovers, ay nako, pagandahan lang yan ng kwarto, mga pantasya ng mga interior decorators, etc. But you are actually improving the quality of life of a person. Now, okay, you've had what, 2 episodes?
Yes.
Okay, now when you say episode, pasensya ka na, Federico, kasi when people talk to me about episodes, I think of a long series or specials. How long is an episode, etc.?
Well, one episode, the first episode lasted for 48 minutes, no? Because we
Mhm.
really wanted to do a base episode to really explain everything on how we go about it. The second episode was 28 minutes. And
Mhm.
uh some could be shorter. It would depend on the degree or how extensive the construction is or the makeover is. And like what Harlene mentioned a while ago, we're not just looking at, families or homes or a hospital room, uh,
Library,
a
maybe.
library maybe, as long as it's inspiring, that it will touch a lot of lives, it will change people's lives, and it would also be inspiring for others to do this. In fact, alam mo, Sito, we're sabi nga namin, we hope that this really spreads and some others would follow, others would copy for that matter. Because that's the Bayanihan spirit, Sito, eh. Yung
Mhm.
tayo-tayo, tulong-tulong, kapitbahay, kamag-anak, kaklase, KKK, we call it, no?
Mhm.
And we're very, very happy, and we've seen it slowly. It's becoming a trend, and it's something that's quite. It pushes us more to be more. How would I say it? Look for more challenging makeovers.
Hmm.
Well, I won't make any commitments, but you might be an answered prayer because I've been praying about that. That I hope that at some point we could start over what we were doing, me and my wife, in terms of construction, small constructions. But okay, so can you tell us about your experience for the first episode?
Oh, first episode, yun nga, originally, 3 days lang siya matatapos. So, we booked a hotel near the site for 3 days lang. And then, yun nga, sabi nga kanina, na-extend hanggang 5 days. And then, another experience was, yun nga, Fred, my love, kwento mo yung
Yeah,
anay nga, nakakaloka yung anay kasi.
kasi we our resources, our team, the budget, yung na-prepare, it was only for 3 days. And during that process, wow, for us to finish it when we were doing the planning, dapat 24 hours tayo, 3 shifts. And hindi pa rin talaga kinaya. So kinulang ng materyales, hanap, tawag dito, bro, kailangan namin ito, baka can you fill this, can you donate, can you be a ninong for this, may magdo-donate ng ganito, nakokompleto dahan-dahan. But I guess the most challenging part is making sure that the structure is really sound, it's safe,
Mhm.
the integrity of the structure should be there. So we made sure, like here, what I'm showing there in that video, kung makita mo parang stiletto na yung poste kasi kinain na ng kanin. So pinalitan namin yung poste, then yung iba ni retrofit namin. Pagdating naman dun sa floor, talagang tinitik-tik mo lang ng konti ng martilyo, nalalaglag na yung floor kasi
Oh.
kinain ng anay. So oops, wala to hindi nakita sa ocular kasi nalaman lang namin nung kinikwento nung may-ari ng bahay, hindi nga ho namin malagyan ng kama kasi babagsak yung floor.
Babagsak.
Aray
Ay,
ko.
hindi na itanong yun.
Well, hindi pala nag-full disclosure.
Hindi.
Okay.
Correct. That's it.
Okay, let's go for a quick break, Harlene, Federico. When we come back, let's go through the nitty gritty. How you form the team? How do you first, okay, the team, and then the nominations, and then the expenses, and yung bang bank account mo, nakatikim ka na ba ng warning sa bangko that you are below the minimum required deposit? Okay, we'll be right back here on Agenda. Welcome back to the program agenda. And with us are two celebrity guests who are actually now celebrating life with others as they make an impact by doing home makeovers. Hindi po ito kasosyalan. This is about improving people's quality of life, those who are very deserving, and of course, finding meaning with the gifts that the Lord gives you. Okay, with us are Harlene Bautista, one of the country's most accomplished actresses, and her partner, Federico Moreno, son of the late Tito Germs Herman Moreno. Di ko akalaing magkakausap tayo ng ganito, Federico, because of course, I've never met you personally, but I knew your father from the days where he used to visit Tita Nene, Vera Perez, Manay Ichu, etc. And ako yung meron na nanonood sa kanilang nagmamajong on Sundays. Okay, anyway, we are talking about your home makeover blog. And let's start with the team. We have you, Harlene, Federico, but who else is part of this team?
Okay.
Well, we are composed of, when you say home makeover, it's not just the construction team. It's also, of course, the production team. We have a production team. We are in partner with I-55. And so what we did was, on the technical aspect, I'm not an architect nor interior designer, but I guess I have a good experience in doing makeovers, or not actually makeovers, but building salons during the time when I was in the salon business. So I deal with architects and designers. So what we did was put up what is needed. We created a very, very simple business plan. We put up we had a partnership with the production company, with I-55. Then we had to look for ninongs and ninangs. Once we started to look for ninongs and ninangs, as on the technical side, like the architect and the interior designer, that's how we start to pitch and look for ninongs and ninangs.
Okay, the ninongs and ninangs are the business world's version of sponsors.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's correct. And after doing that, we itemize everything that is needed, from the pako, from the cemento, from this and to that, the appliances. And once we have finalized everything needed, it's a non-stop calling, non-stop Zoom, non-stop pitching for those prospect ninongs and ninangs.
Okay, Harlene, how has it been on your side? Because many people would presume, kayang-kaya ni Harlene yan at yung kanyang mga kumares and kumpare sa mga artista na napakayaman, not realizing that, actors and actresses are not always the richest people in town.
Tama, totoo yan. Actually, we are just really blessed for the first 2 episodes na talagang may mga ninongs and ninangs na tumulong at ituloy yung bayanihan spirit, no?
Okay.
And then, actually, nung second episode, meron na mga nag-volunteer. Sila na yung lumapit sa amin, we want to be a ninong, we want to be a ninang. And not just one-time ninong-ninang, they would send several items, iba-iba, meron ibang food naman, meron iba-iba yung pinapadala nila.
Merong furniture, merong appliance, etc.
Meron pa pala akong piano dito sa bahay na bibigay ko na lang sa orphanage. Meron pa pala akong ganito. So, ganon. So, sila na yung nagkukusa. So, sana sa future episodes.
But who are these people? Can you name them? Because we don't mind giving honor and recognition to people with kind hearts.
Of course, yeah. The one who gave her piano sa Meritcel was kasama ni Federico sa MTRCB, si board member Rocky
Cruz, yes. And we have some ninongs and ninangs that have...
Pag nangailangan ka ng piano, sabihan mo ko.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Ninong. Thank you so much, Ninong.
No, hindi po ako nagyayabang mga kaibigan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not being a show-off, but my wife intends to sell the piano that I never played because I don't know how to play a piano. So she said, look, I don't want a dust collector. Will you just sell it? It's not that expensive, but if it will benefit an orphanage or a school, why not? Diba? And I just want to use that as an example for our viewers. Sabi nga ni Marika, sino Maricomo? If it does that, yeah, go ahead, Harlene.
Yeah, si Marie Kondo. Yeah.
Marie Kondo ba yun? Nakala ko Como sorry. Pinagsama ko yung Pericomo at Marikay mo.
Oo nga, no?
Anyway, if it does not elicit joy or happiness, get rid of it. So anyway, who are some of these people, Harlene?
Well, one Ninong din na sobrang thankful kami, of course. Si Ninong JM Del Rosario of
Mari Del Rosario of the Microtel
Mari Del
Inn.
Rosario. Yes, Microtel. Kasi for 6 days, doon nagstay yung girls ng Merit Cell during the makeover. So, sobrang thankful kami.
My love, I want to expound more on that.
Please.
Kasi the renovation or the makeover was supposed to be 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And lumagpas kami ng isang araw. So meaning to say, we cannot, number one, mabaho pa yung bahay kasi amoy pintura.
Yeah.
So we weren't able to put that in the planning. So oo nga pala, yung mga bata mahihirapan kasi amoy pintura pa yung orphanage. So he was kind enough, his family, the Microtel Inn's family, his family was kind enough to, no, let's have them stay in the hotel pad. So that is 5 rooms or 6 rooms for the children. Libre pagkain, libre yung place, libre ang transport. Tapos, bumaha doon sa orphanage, sa labas, wala makapasok. Let's extend one more day. I can mention Powerhouse, the Frederick C. Powerhouse Tools. They provided us with the lights, with the chandeliers, with the ceiling fans. We have Miss Keats Musngi, who provided us with a TV, my friends from the Philippine Franchise Association, and so many people, mga kamag-anak, kaibigan, kapitbahay, na meet lang. One beautiful example would be when we were doing the makeover and we posted a QR code, may dumaan sa orphanage kasi the QR code kasi, naglagay kami sa labas ng merit cell so that kasi you cannot feature the children you cannot feature the children. That's bawal on DSWD. So sabi ko, how can they get adopted? This is one of the objectives of the vlog for this episode. Let's help them get adopted. So hindi pala pwede pakita yung mukha. So nakamask lang sila and at the same time, hindi mo pwede i-feature yung story sila. So sabi ko, let's create a QR code. Pag may dumaan sa harapan ng merit cell, daanan ng QR code, ng telepono ng QR code. And at the same time, in this episode, we were flashing the QR code so that people could scan it and know more about the Merichel Children's Home.
Yeah, because from the outside, it looks like a high-end residence. It doesn't look like an orphanage.
That's correct, because the inspiration for this design is very Muji. We stumbled upon a fantastic design online, a very Muji Japanese design home, which is so maluwag, ang lamig sa mata, because the original setup of the orphanage was they were really cramped. They needed decluttering, they needed repaint, they needed a lot of things. We wanted to provide the children a home that they can really be free. They could play, they could run. In fact, the frontage of the orphanage was a request. They have a wish list also. We didn't tell them that they were chosen. So, ito po yung kailangan namin. May request din po kami. Sana po mataasan yung pader. Kasi po, pag may dumadaan po ng mga tao, syempre nadidistract yung mga bata kasi puro babae. So, when we were talking to the carpenters, to the workers, sabi namin, alagaan natin to dahil tratuhin natin silang parang mga anak natin or mga kapatid natin. Kasi puro sila babae, iba yung pag-aalaga pagdating sa mga batang babae. So we secured the frontage. We made sure na mas mataas ang pader and hindi sila masyadong madidistract when they have activities inside.
Okay, Harlene, just listening to you and Federico, Uh, I think Federico and I are similar in the sense that we can go out of control.
We
No.
have we have
What-
something that we call in our KPIs, we don't have asset. I'm sorry for my term. We don't have asset. When we do it, it's 100%. If we wanted that wow factor, we wanted that something na wow.
Hindi, pero sandali. Quiet ka muna, Federico. Pagsalitaan mo muna si Harlene. Harlene, paano when Federico, like myself, as my wife said, the term moderation does not exist in the vocabulary of Cito Beltran. Now, how do you control, how do you make sure there is balance and a reason with the size of the project?
Well, hindi naman. Ano naman yan, before we do something really, pinag-uusapan namin talaga. Kasi para dun pa lang sa planning pa lang, dun na siya mag-out of control. dun na yung rirendahan ko na siya. So, in that way, nagiging okay yung production, yung makeover. Kasi, he cannot go out of control during the makeover kasi lahat na out of control na, the budget and everything, di ba, magka-problema. So, we really plan it ahead of time na talagang pinag-uusapan talaga namin. And ano naman siya, minsan out of control in a nice way naman. He just, during the makeover, he makes sure everyone's okay, yung mga workers, masaya lahat. Kahit pagod na siya, pagod na lahat, papatawa pa siya or gigisingin niya yung diwa ng lahat. Basta gano'n, hindi naman siya
Yeah, but paano when you're there? And I've seen this myself. You go there, you're just supposed to fix walls, paint, do this, do that. And then you find out, pare, kawawa naman to, butas-butas na yung sopa. Uy, yung toilet, kailangan palitan. And then it's your pusong mamon, your soft heart that starts trying to grab control of the situation.
Yun na nga, kaya kami may pinupuntahan namin ahead of time. Parang we interview, di ba? And doon, tinitignan na namin. Hindi namin pinapahalata, pero tinitignan na namin ano yung mga kailangan talagang ma-address. Kasi nga, pagka doon mo lang titignan, pareho ako din naman ganon. Pag nakita ko, hindi pwedeng pabayaan mo na lang na ganon, di ba? So, kailangan din kontrolado din. Kasi pag hindi pwede, mahihirapan tayo dyan.
Okay, so episode 1 was about what?
Okay.
Episode 1 is we don't have kasi nominees nung time na yon because we haven't launched any episode yet. So we thought of let's think of a family now we could help, and this was not the height of the lockdown, and this was sometime May. So merong pang restrictions, and sabi ko wow, the environment, the location, the beneficiary, we have to have control over the environment. We have to close it, parang nakalock in. And you know what? We are so guided. God is guiding us to the point na we thought of, I have a classmate who's a paraplegic. He's a DJ, but he's so inspiring. His story is so inspiring na even though he's a DJ, may pangarap siya, Cito. He wanted to be a DJ even though he's a paraplegic. Back in high school pa. He's now 50 years old and that's his livelihood. He's a DJ paraplegic. And sabi ko, wow, may kapatid din siyang paraplegic. So sabi ko, wow, this is a good way to start the first episode. Their property is a compound. Kaya sabi ko, this is perfect. So that's how we were able to choose episode 1 beneficiary. Then pagdating sa episode 2, that's the time somebody nominated.
And as I glanced at the video, I have to confess, this is the first time I'm seeing all of your videos. I noticed that in one instance, you were building a ramp for a wheelchair.
Yes.
Yes.
And just like
Harlene, you were going to say something?
Yeah, because yun nga, we wanted it talaga na kung kung ano yung kailangan nung titira doon kasi 'di ba naka-wheelchair sila and hindi nila maikot before yung bahay nila, hindi sila makapunta sa baba. As in lalabas pa talaga ng may maliit na kalsada doon bago makakapunta sa baba. So ito we made sure na functional yung bahay, sa mga banyo may mga yung hawakan para hindi sila mahirapan. So we make sure na okay magagamit ng maayos yung mga titira doon. So yun.
Okay. Now, so in the end, what was the outcome of episode 1? Was it, kumbaga, I don't want to do this again, but obviously you're doing it. You did it again. Harlene, nakikita ko tumitingin ka sa likod mo.
Hindi, talagang it was very, very difficult and tiring. Umulan pa noon. May worker na nagnilagnat, nagkasakit, ganyan. So, nag-iisip kami, baka mamaya mag-walk out na lang tong mga to dahil sa hirap, sa time na binigay sa kanila. But you know what? After that, during the turnover, even the workers, yung mga nagpukpok, mga nagsemento, kahit sila umiiyak sila. And nakaramdaman nila talaga, nakita nila yung cause, yung ganda nung ginawa nila. Syempre na-proud sila. Syempre, na-proud din kami. And kahit mahirap, kahit na medyo magastos, basta makita mo na yung joy, yung tears of joy ng mga beneficiaries.
In terms of project management, did
Yeah.
you have the discipline or did someone else go crazy?
Oh, that's Fred. That's Fred. Siya yung talagang project manager and he's a very good project manager talaga. Ako, sunod lang ako. Ano kailangan ako dyan? O sige, ganun. Anong gagawin? Pukpuk ng konti. O sige, pukpukin ko to. Ganun lang. But everything, yung project management, si Fred yun. And of course, our production team. We have a very good production team. Tulong-tulong talaga kami.
Okay, so episode 2 was about the orphanage, and you already shared so much of it. You expanded the bedroom, you improved or you actually changed the facade, the front of the orphanage, etc. What's episode 3 going to be like?
Wow. Episode 3, we have in the pipeline mga beneficiaries na, how do I say it? Not just changing the lives of one family, but episodes that would trickle down even to the other families. No, we have dreams kasi of makeovers. When we sit down with the team, ano yung pangarap nyo? Ano yung pangarap nyo i-home makeover? And when keep on thinking of that, it sometimes just lands on our lap. Kagaya nung yung sa aking pangarap, natupad kaagad yung pangarap ko sa vlog namin, which is the orphanage. So these projects that na in the pipeline, mga pangarap din naming lahat to ng mga nasa team members namin. Yes, there are some mga kahit kwarto lang we're gonna do a makeover. Yung iba napakaliit na bahay. When you say napakaliit na bahay, 45 square meters, 50 square meters.
Kasi may mga nagno-nominate na bubong lang ang gustong ipagawa, may yung harapan lang nila, yung ganun. So, sinasala din namin ano talaga yung magandang medyo bigyan agad ng pansin. And of course, we have to take into consideration yung location, yung logistics noon kasi baka mamaya dadaan ka pa ng sapa or ganun. So, hindi rin madali para sa amin ng pamilya. So, there will be more smaller renovations. Of course, to be honest, budget-wise din. And para rin, mas marami din kaming magawang makeovers.
Yeah, because ladies and gentlemen, just to put perspective, in one project that I'm doing, hindi po ako contractor, no? This is in the farm. 35 square meter bedroom, dorm, parang dorm siya for the workers. Yung bubong lang, yero pa lang, 25,000 na. Puwera pa yung mga kahoy for the framing, etc. So these home makeovers cost money. And Federico, have you ever done a renovation of just a toilet? Do you know how much it costs to renovate a toilet now?
Because of the high rates of the materials, lalo na bakal and everything. Well, for a makeover, if you want it basic, it costs about 25,000 basic. But with all humility, we don't just do basic. We really make sure na hindi lang maganda but highly functional. So it's higher than that. So we were able to compute it on a per square meter basis. So lumalagpas kami ng 35,000, minsan 30 to 35,000 per square. That is a sound, functional, safe, beautiful per square meter, I would say, cost lumalabas.
Would you guys consider putting this vlog, this program of yours on television?
We have not thought about it yet, but right now we're enjoying what we're doing on the digital space. So, I guess medyo tatagalan muna namin dito. Hindi pa kami nag-iinit dito. So,
Okay. I can imagine, but it's very interesting, and I do hope that you continue to have breakthroughs in this area because you're doing good, and I think you are changing the landscape also for content. So, what are the future plans, Federico?
Well, we will continue this, and we just want to share this, this is our purpose in life, Cito, and it's different because at first when we were doing this, sabi ko, wow, my love, iba to, iba. That feeling, that energy, that parang something tumama sa akin, tumama sa amin, parang wow, iba na to. And I just like to inject this, I've been mentored by my father was my mentor, not him doing it deliberately or ganito ganyan. No, I was just with him. Kaya when you were making kwento kanina using my dad at GMA or kina Mama Nene pag nagmamadyungan, just being with him na madami akong natutunan. Then I have Harlene na wow, ang galing niya. Sabi ko, we have a fantastic formula, and this formula is really deserving of being really all in tayo. We're all in. That's why it became a purpose of our lives. Okay,
well, I'm sorry, Harlene and Federico. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Nako, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan after you've done episode 2 and 3. 3 and 4. And we hope you will come back to the program. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, Ninong.
Okay, sige na. Okay. That is our guest for today, Federico Moreno and Harlene Bautista, who are doing a lot of good for other people on their home makeovers, and catch them on YouTube. Okay, and now let's go for the closing blessing of the program, and it is from Melody BT. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. May you all continue to be grateful for what you have. May your gratitude enable you to share with others, and may God bless you all. Thank you for joining us here on Agenda. See you tomorrow, God willing. Please keep it here on One News.